Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book The Lucifer Effect, Understanding How Good People Turn Evil. In 1994 in Rwanda, nearly 1 million Tutsi people were killed in just 3 months. It was not hostile external forces that committed the crime, but rather their former neighbors and friends, the Hutus. With these circumstances, we can't help but ask, what is it that planted the evil seeds in the hearts of the Hutus? And what was it that was able to make these otherwise simple civilians mercilessly butcher their compatriots? Such is the central question which Zimbardo tried to answer in The Lucifer Effect: how exactly does a good person become evil? Lucifer, synonymous with Satan, once the light-bearer and God's favorite angel, was sent to hell due to his lust for power. Named after Lucifer, the book brings us through a series of cases displaying how vulnerable people become influenced by certain situations, and how we can all become fallen angels like Lucifer, from angels to devils. The Lucifer Effect was written by the famous American psychologist Philip Zimbardo, best known for leading the Stanford Prison Experiment in 1971. In 2004, Professor Zimbardo was an expert witness in the trial of the soldiers involved in the notorious abuse case at Abu Ghraib prison. Seeing the similarities between the case of Abu Ghraib and the Stanford Prison Experiment, he decided to review the experiment 30 years later, recreating its details and revealing a series of psychological mechanisms showing how individuals are affected by situations. Zimbardo graduated from Yale University, where he once taught, as well as at New York University, Columbia University, Stanford University, and others. He eventually became a professor emeritus of psychology at Stanford University. Zimbardo also served as president of the American Psychological Association, and then as director of the Stanford Center on Interdisciplinary Policy, Education, and Research on Terrorism. Due to his outstanding contributions in the field of psychology research and teaching, the American Psychological Association awarded Professor Zimbardo the Ernest Hilgard Lifetime Achievement Award. In this Bookie, we'll explain the book through 3 parts. First, we'll go over recognizing the power of situations by learning the details about the Stanford Prison Experiment and its results. Second, we'll analyze the root causes of the occurrence of situational evil. Finally, we'll explore how to resist the adverse influences of situations. To begin with, let's look at the first part, recognizing the power of situations by learning the details about the Stanford Prison Experiment and its results. Before we start, let's put forth a question: why did Professor Zimbardo want to do this experiment? After the Second World War, there were 2 views in American society on the question of what makes people go wrong. Most people see evil as an innate human trait that is unchanging and inherently solidified. This is called the Essentialist conception. Another view holds that evil is not deep-rooted in human nature, but rather can change with the environment. This view is also called the Incremental conception or situational conception. The confrontation between these 2 perspectives runs through our understanding of human nature. Professor Zimbardo argues that most people have overestimated the importance of essentialist conception. At the same time, the impact of situational factors on people is far too underestimated. The reason why people do bad things is mostly determined by the situation they are in, which means that people will change their behavior based on the power of the situation. To test this, Zimbardo conceived and created a simulated prison environment. He divided the subjects into groups of guards and prisoners, and then placed them in a simulated prison to see what changes would occur as they entered their new roles. So, in order to conduct the research, he published a recruitment ad for the experiment in a newspaper. Among numerous candidates who applied, 24 male university students who were physically healthy and mentally sane were selected. None of them had criminal records, nor violent tendencies. On the contrary, these young men generally represented the middle class and were well educated. This guaranteed homogeneity among the students, and the prisoners and guards could even have exchanged identities at any time to continue